But you can tackle all the NFL action
appropriate.
with
No,
FanDuel.
was there a pun intended, by the way?
There was a bit of a pun there. Listen, I have a mustache. I'm funny now. So get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if that first $5 bet wins. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to join today. Never waste a hunch. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Bull, the floor is yours to explain what happened and the aftermath since.
I don't know that I need to explain anything. I said something on the show yesterday. We were talking about Dawand Jones.
Right.
Are you playing the clip or no, Mike?
No, you can just tell people what was said. And we have
So, for those who didn't hear it, I talked about his weight being a problem for him, which it obviously is. And the fact that he's been injured so many times, that despite the fact that he's obviously a very talented player, you can't rely on him. If you're the Browns, how can you go into next season feeling confident that Dawand Jones is going to be a starter? How could you? He's been injured so many times, and he's dealing with a weight issue. And I of course don't bring up his weight to make fun of him. I've talked about my struggles with weight 1,000 times on this show. When you are fat like he is, like I am, it's awful. And people don't look at you the same way. It's worse for me, obviously, because he's a professional athlete, in much better shape and much younger, and his weight doesn't look as bad as mine does because he's a foot taller than I am. But when you're fat, there's people that look down on you for that, and it's just and it's bad for you. Obviously, listen, you know, I'm reminded every day when 13 people text me, tweet at me, you're going to die. You know, yeah, I might die young. There's a decent chance I'm going to die young if I don't do something about it. But, you know, it's funny because with other types of addictions, people are sympathetic to that. And when it comes to food, nobody is. It's also the hardest addiction to deal with because you can quit smoking, you can quit drinking, you can quit doing drugs, you can quit gambling. You can't quit eating.
No.
You know, so, and I'm not saying any of this to have sympathy. I don't care if you have sympathy for me or not. At this point, I've heard so many fat comments, it really just goes off my back. I just don't care. But I wasn't making fun of him. I didn't want anybody to think that. Now, he responded to this thing where I said, hey, he can't be trusted, and then he's overweight. And he wrote, I think we both have a weight problem, but I'll be better this offseason. Somehow people turned that into he was crushing me. I don't know if he was crushing me at all. But even if he was, that's fine. I really don't care. Listen, I mentioned that that there's a decent chance he has a food addiction problem. I said also I don't know him personally to know for sure. But when you're severely overweight and you can't control your weight, and for his job, unlike mine, his weight is much more important.
That's the distinction, Bull.
Yeah,
right there.
And that's it. So, like, I'm rooting for him. He's a good player. I got no problem with him. I wasn't trying to humiliate him. I speak from the hip. That's who I am, how I am. So sometimes things I say come off a little harsh. I didn't mean to insult him in any way. But the reality is he's fat. And he needs to lose weight. Now, he needs to lose, I don't know what he weighs right now. He should probably weigh, 340, 350. I'm not sure what it is. I need to lose a lot more weight than he is, and I'm older, so it's much harder. But I need to lose weight too, sure. But for his job, he needs to lose weight. And it's not unfair. Everything I said yesterday, I stand by. It's true. Is anybody trusting that he's going to be 100% healthy next year?
That was a great rebuttal, Bull. That was a nice PSA.
But I'm not here to crush him or insult him or knock him. I'm not looking to put him in a body bag. I'm not interested in that.
And you know what? I don't know Dawand either.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a characterization that maybe I shouldn't make. To me, from what I've seen of him in the interviews, and I've never met him either, so I really don't know him. To me, he seems like not a spiteful or mean. There were things he could have said that you would have absolutely not been able to ask. Is that a low-key diss?
Right, yeah.
Now, I do think that for him to reach out, he felt there's always a motivation behind everything like that. So you had an action, he had a reaction.
Yeah.
Those guys have thousands of reactions a day, and they don't hit send. This one pushed a button. He seems like a perfectly nice guy. I don't think he meant the ill will that everybody read into it.
Even if he did, I don't care.
I do think I think instead of a backhand, I think he was like, okay, bro, I got you. It was a polite gentleman's tap on the shoulder. However, I'll say this. The key distinction, and I'm glad you made it. His job is dependent on his weight being at a certain level. Yours is not.
Yeah.
He's a professional athlete. There are things, responsibilities that go along with that. Now, I'm not one to make excuses, but he's been injured too.
Yeah, a lot.
And so imagine you're trying to work cardio. That's how you burn your calories and lose weight, and you can't because of previous injuries. It is fair to ask the question, or at least make the statement, I'm not sure how much the Browns can rely on him moving forward.
Yeah.
Trust me, they're asking that in Berea.
Of course.
However, I believe he's going to be okay.
I hope so.
I know you
want
do.
him to be.
I know you do, and I know you're genuine about that.
And I root for the fat guys. I want the fat guys. I'm a fat guy. I want the other fat guys to lose weight and succeid just like I want to lose weight.
I get the feeling G doesn't agree with some of what you said.
You don't agree with what I said?
You got smoked.
I got smoked. How'd I get smoked?
Listen, shout out to Dawand Jones. I like you. Listen, hey, I love when people get rabbit ears. And I tweeted this. I said, hey, no, hold on. He came back immediately. He said, this was the version of, I know you are, but what am I? Like, and he put it on Twitter. Like, yeah, man, listen, I'm telling you, bro, you've been eating sandwiches too. It takes one to know one. Sure. And I'm sitting here being like, as a former and continued fat offensive lineman, defensive lineman, this was the funniest ever because he was like, you know what, I'm going to acknowledge that. I'm going to raise my hand on that. Yeah. But you, my good sir, you have no room to talk, literally.
You know what, Bull? Let's turn this into a positive, okay?
No, it was funny.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to make a public spectacle of it and all that.
It was hilarious.
But I'm going to speak for Bull for a second. If I'm out of line, I want you to tell me. Okay. We all know people that struggle with weight. I mean, it's not just this is an epidemic, by the way.
Of course.
This is a
We're the fattest country in the world.
And Bull, I know probably even more than you think I do because I think I know you well. I don't think I know anyone that is overweight that wants to not be overweight more than you. And maybe that's an assumption and maybe I'm wrong. You've tried everything. I know you have.
Jay,
and I've heard
he's not making it sound good. He's like, I know you want to.
I have.
But you've tried everything.
He's right.
Bull and I, in fairness, Bull and I have never had this conversation.
Yeah.
And as a friend of yours, I feel like maybe I'm not doing enough to help a friend.
No, I appreciate that. Everything you say is true. It's so funny. Our healthcare system is so crappy that I can't. I've been thinking about having weight loss surgery.
I know you have.
And my insurance doesn't cover it. Wow. So I was, believe it or not, this week looking at, somebody mentioned like going to another country. And I'm thinking, I live in America, the greatest healthcare system.
And you'd have to leave the country to do it.
And I'm looking at this like, best places to have weight loss surgery. Turkey, India. I'm like, I'm not going to Turkey or India.
I'm not being insensitive about this. Shout out to my brother Trent. He just had, he stayed at my house. He had gastric bypass surgery.
Right.
About 2 weeks ago, he's recovered. My brother Bryson will have gastric bypass surgery in another month. I have two cousins who had gastric bypass surgery again about a year ago. It is a thing. Like, it's a thing. You have to prepare for it. But the struggle is real out there. People do, have issues with eating and different things like that. And, we could get you some information. I don't know how they got it because I don't know how they got this money all of a sudden because they be getting them like this left and right. Yeah. But here's what I will say. Yeah. I think the cool thing is I don't think Bull took it seriously. I just think it's having some fun. And at least Dawand Jones watches the show.
I already saw the clip.
And I responded to him that sounds like a weight loss challenge that maybe we can motivate.
So that's where I was going.
I feel a little more motivated right now.
Bull, honestly, I swear to you, when I see something that looks tragic, I'm always trying to find a silver lining. How can we make this good? Here's how we make this good. And I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this publicly or on the air, and I don't want you to commit to anything like that. I know you've tried everything. I know you have. My heart bleeds for you, Bull, because I see the pain in your face. I hate it for you. I've heard Bull say, I haven't been able to do it for me. I hope I can do it for Aaron. To me, as a parent who loves my children and my heart beats twice out of my chest, I know it does. Bull, maybe this is the thing. Maybe it is.
I beat myself up about my weight all the time.
I know you do.
I'm very hard on myself about it. I joke about it on the air, and I don't get offended when people make fun because that's just what it is. I bring it on myself. But thank you. I appreciate it. I actually have been on another diet plan for about 10 days, and I'm doing well. I just didn't bring it up because I've brought up so many diet plans on the air before, and I'm only mentioning it now. But I was extra motivated. Like when I went for my walk this morning.
You were thinking about Dawand.
I did double my normal walk that I've been doing.
Look, let's make something.
It's like I got to lose more weight than Dawand.
I want to do this before we move on. We're going to go on to the Cavs. Dawand, I want to do this publicly.
Yeah.
You have an invitation to come on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show anytime you want. It will not be a hostile visit.
Absolutely
We will
not.
treat you with all the love and respect that you deserve. Maybe we can have a conversation about an issue that's bigger than football.
Yeah.
Because it is. There are millions of Americans that are struggling the exact same way you are, Dawand and Bull, and many of our viewers are struggling. If we can make something positive out of this, then for me, the laughs and the jokes, which I really feel uncomfortable with, are good because something positive comes from it.
Absolutely.
So let's try to move it forward. Dawand, we don't have to talk football. We don't. We'll get to know you. We'll get to know your struggles. Our audience would love to hear your story. And absolutely no agenda, no mean-spiritedness here.
I got no.
You come in here, I guarantee you leave with 7 of new friends that you didn't have before you came.
That would be
awesome. And my guess is you'll pick up thousands, tens of thousands of new fans in Cleveland that will hear from you and will embrace your story and become huge fans of Dawand Jones, like we are, because we are.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very talented football player, and I certainly hold zero ill will. He had every right to respond. I love that he responded, and that's all good.